Hi, my name is Kaylee Owens and I'm doing a devo today. My devo is called the Bad Things Devo. So we've all definitely been through some struggles in our life. That could be mentally or physically. So breaking a bone, a bad relationship ending, a family member passing away, a friendship starting and then ending abruptly. And it's really hard to understand why those things will happen to us, because we're all good people. We're servants of Christ and we all praise God daily, and we tell people about God. So I'm here to talk about why bad things may happen to us who are considered to be good people. So a lot of things that I've thought about in my life are, if God's so good, why does he allow bad things to happen to people like us who may not deserve that to happen? And whenever I think about that, I always look back at the story of Job. Job was a good man who cursed evil and worshiped God. And then Satan didn't like seeing Job happy. And so Satan went to God and argued to him that Job was only serving God because things were good in his life, and that Job wouldn't worship God if bad things happened to him. And I recommend reading the whole book of Job, but I'm just going to summarize some parts for you. God told Satan that he could do whatever he wanted to Job, as long that he didn't touch Job's life and Job continued to live. So Job lost everything. All of his children, his servants, his livestock, everything. All of it was just gone. Now, surely that should have broken Job to the point of cursing God and not wanting to worship him anymore. Yet instead, Job worshiped God and never blamed God for what had happened to him. And so how did God repay Job? We're going to jump to Job chapter 42, verses 12 through 17. The Lord blessed the latter part of Job's life more than the former part. He had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, and 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 donkeys. And he also had 7 sons and 3 daughters. Nowhere in all the land were there found women as beautiful as Job's daughters, and their father granted them an inheritance along with their brothers. After this, Job lived 140 years. He saw his children and their children to the 4th generation. And so Job died, an old man and full of years. It's important to know that God granted permission to Satan to do these things to Job and to us. There's nothing that happens to us, to you, good or bad, that God didn't know of or allow. If it wasn't supposed to happen, God wouldn't have allowed it. And even though it's not God's original plan that we must suffer, he allows tribulation, which helps us grow and learn lessons along the way. And so in the story of Job, the lesson we can learn is that we shouldn't give up on Jesus, even when we're suffering. God never turns his back on his people. We need to be thankful to God when the rain falls or when the sun shines, when there's pain and when there's happiness. He won't allow anything to come upon you that you don't have the power to overcome. So when bad things happen to you and you turn to God for help, just as Job did, God will be there for you. And through the trials, your character will be molded. Never forget, everything happens because God allowed it. He knows what you can get through, and he wants you to continue worshiping him, even through the battles.